I had an idea for a movie, and it is a dance movie. And I can't discuss the details because the company I'm pitching it to has a problem with that.
Okay.
So I was talking to this choreographer or to this agent for this dancer and choreographer. And I was just kind of, ADHDing, didn't expect it, was not prepared, just kind of all over the map. She's like, well, the budget, send us the budget. And I'm like, I don't know, the budget.
Yeah.
And then people out here get super freaked out when you say that. We could produce it for a very reasonable cost, and this company could afford to theoretically do it because Jojo! He won't go too far, but I get freaked out when he finds girls. Jojo, come on! So, so then I had to pitch this agent, which I've never done. I was told when you put together a pitch, you're supposed to put in photos and videos of examples of things that you're trying to. So that's what I did. She was upset that I had used her. She had a YouTube video, or the company had YouTube videos of them, and I just used one to be this is sort of what it will look like. And she said, we're finally getting to the end. Please don't do that without our permission, and if you do, we will take legal action against you. And I was like, oh, I apologize, I really didn't know. I thought it was fair use because of YouTube, and on and on. And then she was brought up that she would sue me again. And then we wrapped up the call, and then she indicated in writing through text that she would sue me. And I felt at that point, I got mad basically, and I felt like she was already just basically soft rejecting the project. Jojo! I'm so sorry. Jojo! I'm so sorry. So sorry. I should have warned you first. I should have warned you. He's a little old, so he gets forgetful. I'm so sorry.
Why don't you have him on a leash?
I have, no, I'm actually disabled. It's really hard for me to hold a leash.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't mind. A lot of people wonder about it, but that's actually one of the reasons I moved out here, because there's so many people off leash, it's less noticeable.
Right.
It's mostly only noticeable at certain times when he gets, how male dogs cycle through whatever the male heat cycle is.
Yeah.
So,
I see.
But anyways, let me wrap up because yes, I apologize about JoJo too.
It's okay.
But so I got mad, and then I basically sent her a text I did all of these things that I explained to you. And if you want to sue me, I practice civil litigation, so you'll have to pay for a lawyer and I can just defend myself for free. Which is rude. And then I followed up with I'll scrub all your stuff from my work, and not trouble you again unless you keep threatening me, in which case I will sue you, or something like that. And I know I was being petty. Looking at it reflectively, it's very unprofessional probably to act that way with someone.
Yeah.
But I sort of, I guess in my mind, felt that she had already written me off. And I just felt like I'd already been I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to use your work without permission, and felt like I'd been very sincere about my intent to not copyright infringe on her work, and that she had been overly repetitive about it, I guess.
Okay.
And I mean, looking at it from perspective, she might have just been concerned or scared, or she just found out about it, or some people kind of, that's how they communicate, and it might not have been an intentional, I just feel as soon as I say to people I don't have a budget, or that they just think I'm some sort of random strange person who's trying to destroy their life or something, which seems to be a feeling that people have about people who aren't connected to anyone out here. And I don't know, this is based on things I've heard since I've moved to Hollywood from other people from California and LA. But so the advice I'm looking for after this very long story, thank you for listening. My question for advice is have I completely burned the bridges of these relationships, or is there any way to repair the damage?
You probably
at this
have,
point?
but I mean, it's on to the next, right? I feel
I have, so it can't be repaired.
But okay, so you've told me this story. I'm honestly not remembering all of the details of why you even got sued.
Well, we didn't actually. I just basically included a YouTube video of an example of something that kind of was
So all of that caused
you
you to possibly... JoJo. You know what's funny about you saying JoJo?
What?
There's a dance TV show called Dance Moms, and one of the most iconic people to come out of that show, her name was JoJo Siwa, and she would get yelled at by the star of the TV show, Abby Lee Miller, and she would say, JoJo! So it's very funny that you have... This is amazing.
Such a coincidence.
Here's what I think. Okay. So I also moved here about 2 years ago to pursue entertainment, and I had these dreams of being on Netflix and all these things that I know will happen one day, but I kind of just wasn't dialed into reality. I spent a year, I spent the pandemic writing a pilot and thinking, oh my God, this is great. I just have to pitch it, and I'm like, hello, wake up, right? You have to make things yourself. You have to make a name for yourself. And there are hundreds of thousands of people that move here to do the same thing. So, and everybody has a good idea, right? So I do actually feel that as young and experienced as I am, that I have something to say, because I've also recently just came off of a project where it was an independent production company. We did have funding, but it was very disorganized and it fell apart completely. And luckily it wasn't mine, so I got to just witness it. So I've been around a little bit, and I've been an assistant to a very successful person who has worked in the industry. So I've seen somebody who's done well. I've been around people that haven't done well, and I'm still just navigating. However, with this advice chair, I'm just starting a channel on my own. I have done it for a couple of months. I've finally had a video get somewhat traction, right? I'm getting a little bit of a following, not much, but I'm starting. And I just thought, I want to make something myself, because nobody is going to take me seriously yet. It's like a chicken or the egg. They say that you need an agent. Well, how do you get an agent? They say you need to have followers. Well, you have to start somewhere.
Right, like I would ask about the agent advice, but I've played that game so many times.
Well, I just think it's so hard now, because everybody just says, oh, well, you need to have X number of followers. You need to have connections with this nepotism bullshit.
It's so ridiculous. I'm like, what happened to talent?
Right, believe me, I could talk to you literally all day about how I feel like, you know, and it's like, it should be about talent, but it's not.
That's why I want to do my own production. I got this advice a year ago. This is from an actual guy in production who told me to start he was a writer or an agent, but he'd retired. He said, start your own production company and ask people for financing instead of telling people you're a writer and selling them your work.
Oh, yeah.
And so I thought, what if we started a production company where we had auditions and it was literally just based on talent and we won't hire you if you're related to anyone in the industry, kind of. I know that's extreme and seems unfair, but it's completely the opposite for everybody else. So it's almost like, you know, I wanted to see if, I know this is too big, but like to have like a variety of shows maybe on YouTube and build up like you said, like a following or a group of interested people. And have like power and sort of try to I know it sounds.
What kind of show? I mean, I know you don't need to disclose that specific ideas.
I want to do a show called Pet Pets, where you just have little cameras around different little pets. Yeah. And you just let them run around. But it's like a half-hour series where they just run around playing, and it's not clipping from different.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what works about that is I think it's the kind of thing you could come out here and shoot it and put it on TikTok.
Right.
And see if it gets anything. And you don't need to wait for anybody to do that. I think you need more ideas like that. And it's like, I think that the production company isn't anymore about starting with big ideas. I think it's about starting with the small ideas and building up. Like I have a list of probably 100 things I want to do, and then some, but my strategy with this was to start with the smallest thing. These are each $10 chairs. This sign was, I don't know how much. I mean, that was kind of expensive, but but compactly, it's all small. I can carry it around and I don't need a team. If I would look better if I had a team, but it's like, so what? I think the more you can do without depending on other people and a lot of money, the better. I don't think you would need very much to do pets.
No, I think we just need the little, I got the idea because someone did they did a scientific experiment where people paid $2 million to do this experiment, where they put tiny cameras around their cat's necks to find out what they were doing at home.
Brilliant. And everybody loves pets, and even people in money and power do also like pets because they're human, and there are things that make us all human no matter what money. So I like it.
Thank you. I think it'd be cute. I bet a bunch of owners around here would go for it if you just got something you could hang on the collar.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and the other thing I also think is like just going for stuff. You know, for me, I've learned like the amount of things I've tried in the last year that were just so stupid and silly and didn't go anywhere. But then I keep trying because I'm like, you never know what thing could.
I respect that.
Thank you. I would encourage you, like with all your shows, to just try everything, and then you never know which one or which ones will click. So.
Give me your channel information so I can check out your episodes.
For sure, and we'll connect. Yeah, it's Advice Chair. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Now that's the thing. Like now with so many different social media channels, and I learned this from trying to learn about this It's a company in Thailand.
Okay.
And following like the social media, like with the 3 or 4 different social media channels, you have to do a lot of work to put
it's hard.
out or reap in the content. My gosh.
It is difficult. I mean, listen, I spent all day, I didn't leave my apartment yesterday. I spent all day I probably made 20 TikToks, and I need to edit every video and make the captions, make the shots. It is hard, but what's harder, doing that or trying to convince somebody to buy your thing?
Oh, you make such an actually excellent. Well, okay.
So I'm like,
okay.
I'm trying to think about like what, like logically, you know, hustling by yourself. Like my mom, she's trying to find a way, because she works in finance, but she's trying to merge that with social media, and she's thought about it. She's like, I think I should hire someone. I'm like, actually, I think you shouldn't hire someone. I think you should do it yourself. And she's like, you know, obviously my mom works and she's a mom and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I know you have a million things to do and you're a mother. I love that. But do it yourself. Don't pay someone, because they're going to make it look produced and glamorized, and people like real and gritty. I hope I see you out here filming pets.
That would be awesome. Tell me your name again.
I'm Bennett.
Bennett.
Skye, right?
That's a cool name, yes.
Cool.
And that's my cue, but thanks, Bennett.
Good
I
meeting
appreciate the
you.
advice.
Good luck, okay?
Thanks.
All right.
You'll see me out here filming pets, promise.
Sweet. All right. See you later.
See you later. Come on.